Hello, world. I have a big ask. A really, really big ask. I would love to have a discussion with a past partner, or two or three, or all of you, of Karen Reed. I will keep you private. We could, if you allow me to interview you, we can cover disguise your voice. Obviously, you don't have to be on camera. I just am making a call of empathy to those before John who have suffered the same violence and temper and psychopathic, borderline, narcissistic personality traits of this woman. She continues to get her narcissism fed through American citizens who are corrupt and doing this for power, politics, and money. We are in a war with ourselves on American soil right now. And we as American people need to rise above kindergarten antics and start thinking about what our morals and values and ethics are in this world. I just watched Nurse Kim and Dave gloat about how they are so sure that she is innocent because she will answer every question openly and she is so ready to talk. Well, you know what, guys? She had an opportunity to talk. I know that every defendant will say, oh, well, I don't have to talk. That's my Fifth Amendment right. I get it. We all get that. But just like your caller said on that show, if you are an innocent person and your life is on the line and you have told all of America and all of these other countries and people are actually leaving their families and jobs to come over here and spend money on this woman, that is guilty. She killed her boyfriend. She is a domestic abuser. And I understand that some of you refuse to believe that because she has a mask. This is what psychopaths do. Do y'all remember Ted Bundy? Do y'all remember that man was one of the most chivalrous men in all of America? Do y'all know that he was, I can't remember if he was married. I feel like he was married to that woman, or at least they were basically married by common law, and he was basically a stepfather to her child. Do y'all remember that? Do y'all remember how he was representing himself in court and people are watching this chivalrous man and people are engrossed and thinking, man, this man is good looking and he's quick-witted and he's sharp and he's intelligent and he's charismatic. He can't possibly be a psychopathic serial killer. Do y'all remember that? Insert any psychopath into this scenario, but he's one of the top ones in my mind. This is what they do. Do you think that criminal defendants lie, Kim and Dave? Do you think that they might be lying? Do you think that this woman hasn't had 2 years through Turtle Boy and all of these little minions just like yourself putting out this kind of information to see what flies? She's tested this. She has put this story through the wash 50 billion times through 50 different people. And she picks the correct ones that Americans and beyond want to buy. I apologize, I'm losing my voice. This was just supposed to be very quick, but I got off on my tangent again. The conversation in our world, folks, should be about unity. It should be about banding together, finding truth, justice, spreading love and light, and putting criminals behind bars to protect our citizens. Y'all need to have more conversations with people that think that she is guilty. Why do you not understand that? And you need to go into it with an open mind and without your defenses up. Why are you so defensive about a woman that you don't know? You are more willing to believe an accused murderer than that victim's family members. Ask yourselves why. Take a deep look into your soul and ask yourselves why. And then, when you're done with that, pause video right now and really think about it. Okay? And when you're done, come back. And here's your next question. What will you think of yourself in your heart and soul if, and you need to keep this possibility open, if you find out that you have been lied to, gaslit profusely for 2 years? This woman has lied to your faces. She wants to go on this press tour to tell her story that she's had 2 years to fine tune. But guess what? There's no cross-examiner and she's not under oath. She had the opportunity to tell her story and she chose not to. And that choice is made for a reason. And you damn well know that both of her lawyers know that she is guilty. There are text messages that prove that. There are other people that overheard a lawyer talking to Yannetti when Turtle Boy and other people were present, where other people overheard that and Turtle Boy told this person to shut the fuck up. There is not a doubt that this woman is guilty. I want you to look into your souls and entertain the idea that she could be guilty. What will you feel if you find out? Take Karen out of it, because you know what? Everybody, for some reason, is very emotionally attached to this narcissistic psychopath that would run your ass over if in a heartbeat, if she needed to protect her own ass. So, put somebody else in there. Put OJ in there. Put, I don't know, somebody else. Okay, Bill Cosby, that was a strange one, right? That was a shocking situation. Right now we've got Wade Wilson wives all over the place. I mean, I do have a story to tell, and I have experience with a lot of crap in life. And I am on a case where I truly believe there is corruption. And I will talk more on that later. But I needed to say that to be able to exhibit the fact that I know that corruption exists. I know that officer, many officers, are likely to get arrested in regards to Sandra Birchmore. That is a separate case. And it is not the same. There were not Boston or Canton police officers. It was not Proctor. It was not John O'Keefe. You have to, if you at this point are promoting this woman's innocence, you have an obligation to both yourselves, your listeners, your friends, your family, to dig into this case differently. To be able to look at it with eyes that are fresh and you are willing to accept wherever the evidence takes you. Like I said, put a different person in there. Put somebody in there that you either don't like or maybe you're just completely apathetic toward. That might be the best thing. Okay, you don't really give a shit one way or the other if this person would be guilty of a crime. Stick them in there and go through the facts of this case with that person in Karen's position. Do that if you must. But you have got an obligation to start having conversations with people who think that this woman is guilty deep within their souls. Just like you may or may not, because I promise you that you will find out. I just don't know how long it's going to take, but you will find out that there is corruption, and it's from Karen Reed, and it is from her attorneys, and it is from Josh Levy. It is from Karen's family. It is coming from that side. And you will find out all of the things that Turtle Boy and Karen have strung together and how they have terrorized that community. You have an obligation to look into why Jen McCabe is so defensive on the stand. If you don't dig into why, then you are bullshit, you are grifting, and you are not an honest reporter, journalist, whatever you want to call yourself, and you have no fucking integrity if you do not dig in to the shit that you don't want to dig into. I invite you openly, anybody on this planet that wants to have a conversation with me, I invite you on my channel anytime. Leave me a comment. Let's have a respectful discussion. This shit has got to stop. Think about it like it's your brother or your husband or your stick in whatever you want to stick in there. Think about it that way and ask yourself, if you had all of these people mobbing you, you're going into court now for the woman that you believe killed your brother. And you're being mobbed and terrorized by hundreds of people and booed. You are going through trauma at the highest level. And you have already experienced so many traumatic events in your life up to this point. And now here you are going into court and you are listening to all of these people tell you that they know better than you what happened to your brother or your husband. We all know better than you out here, and you're full of shit, and I'm going to boo you when you walk into court. I don't know you. I don't know your brother or your husband, but I know better than you because I have watched Turtle Boy, The Glare, LTL, Dave and Kim, Young Jerks, Mark Betterow, even News Nation. I mean, all these fucking that fucking Boston Confidential. Oh my God, it is so corrupt. And I will call you out, Sue O'Connell. You need to check your integrity, woman. You are not reporting unbiasedly. You need to check yourself and think about how you would want this covered if this was your son or your brother or your husband. And you need to look at it and do your job from that standpoint. It's disgusting, the fact of how many people are pushing this narrative. And I will explain more, but I want to make this one short. There are so many things happening in this world. It literally, if you're not fucking scared of this shit, and if you're not willing to look into your soul, then I guess I don't want to have a conversation with you. But if you do, if you're seeking truth like I was, which is how I even got on the stupid YouTube streets, I don't want to be here. I have no business being here. But now I am emotionally invested in more than three at least cases that are happening right now. And it's not healthy for me to be this emotionally involved. But I am, just like a lot of other Americans are. I am trying my level best to seek truth and justice, to get the truth out there. If you're interested in making people's lives miserable, if you're interested in making money off of tragedies, and I don't mean that in a disrespectful way, okay? There are things that are appropriate as far as journalism and YouTube and da-da-da-da-da, but there are so many people, and they have proof. So I don't know what Turtle Boy is doing. I don't know if Josh Levy is protecting him. The way that he's acting, he either knows that he's going to prison for the rest of his life and literally is just saying, fuck it, I'm going out in a flame. The ring of fire. Or he's being protected by Josh Levy. Those are the only two fucking situations that could be happening. And if Josh Levy or any other corrupt motherfucking government agency is going to step in and disrupt the justice of John O'Keefe anymore, there are going to be problems in Massachusetts. You need to come out, Josh Levy, and have another press conference like you did yesterday for Sandra Birchmore. And thank you for that. That was wonderful. Finally. That's fantastic. Now, guess what you need to do? This is your fucking responsibility, Josh Levy, because you stuck your nose somewhere it did not belong. And you need to do another press conference. And you need to tell all of the citizens of all of the world that the FBI investigation is over. There was no corruption found in the Karen Read case on the side of the Commonwealth. The police, the witnesses, and hopefully Michael Proctor is going to sue your ass for civil rights violations, because I want to understand, why don't you come on something and tell me, why don't you have a press conference and tell me what your fucking probable cause was to even get Proctor's phones, any of these people's phones. Based on what? Based on Turtle Boy's fucking investigation? That there is just so much incredibly fucking terabytes of information, of proof, of evidence that this man was getting fed information straight from Karen Read, and then he reported it, and Karen Read's attorneys go into court like they don't know this guy. They've never met him. Nobody knows Turtle Boy. And then Turtle Boy starts reporting, pushes these little tidbits out, and it's happening again, and this is where Dave's comes in right now. And LTL, they've got little directions now. They have cues of when they need to start new shit. They're going to all start on the same bandwagon, because you know what? If you listen to Dave and Kim's interview, it's the same shit that dude on fucking Boston Sports Radio, what the hell is his name? He just, the last one that came out that John's friend was on, that all the Karen Read supporters are beyond disgusting to. And they want to say, why are they interviewing this dumb shit? I mean, go to Turtle Boy's channel and fucking look at where all this shit started. He has it documented. The courts have this information. He is going to federal prison for witness intimidation. And quite frankly, he should be in jail right the fuck now. If you don't follow the Sebastian Rogers case, y'all might want to take a peek at a creator called Bullhorn Benny, who has a restraining order put on her because she is loud and proud calling out the fucking parents on the Sebastian Rogers case. And they put a protective order on her. And then she didn't go to court, and it's a whole long story. But anyway, she ended up in jail. She got bond. But apparently, she is not even allowed to talk about Sebastian's case. Like, I don't really understand how this whole First Amendment got taken away from her, but it's like cyberbullying, okay? And I know that that's federal charges as well. So I don't know what, if the feds are like looking, they should be. If they're not, Josh Levy, here you go. You need to fucking put your fucking henchmen to work on Turtle Boy and Karen Reed, because all these fuckers, including the attorneys, should be in prison with RICO charges. It is corrupt. It is deception on the court. Every time they walk in there, they lie. Every time they stand on the courthouse steps, they lie. If Karen Reed wanted to protest her innocence so much, why did she go silent as soon as the jury had the fucking shit? Why did she go fucking stone cold silent? She stopped talking to media. She got her little bodyguards. She doesn't feel safe. So she doesn't trust police officers, but she's going to have police officers fucking protecting her in and out of court all the time. So fucking make that make sense. It's disgusting. You're being used, and if you know, then you are no better. And basically, I don't really give a shit about you if you are grifting. What I care about is the fucking bullshit that you're spitting out that is corrupting people's minds. You are making people's minds like a moldy, dark, disgusting place with the shit that you're pushing out. That's what I have a problem with. Because there are people that actually believe in this woman's innocence, just like there are people that actually believe in Wade Wilson's innocence and Jeffrey Dahmer and, I don't know, fucking Gary Ridgway. And usually it's like really cute guys and cute women, which is pretty rare, but I think we've started seeing a ton more women in the news. There's so much disgusting shit happening. Teachers and counselors and police officers, everybody that are supposed to be leaders in our society are absolutely betraying us at every fucking corner. Every corner. It's like, I feel like I'm literally in a psyop. Like I'm like living in a different dimension. I have to, because this shit is literally out of this fucking world. And the news and the fucking media, they just want to make their money. They want to fucking, they're going to get in cahoots with the people that pay the most, with the storyline that's going to get them the most viewers. Same thing on YouTube. And then what you're doing is you're putting criminals back out into our community. Karen Reed is dangerous. Wade Wilson is dangerous. Karen Reed is not that different than Wade Wilson. They have, they can't control themselves when they get angry. And they basically fucking lose their shit. Okay, there's lots of different things that, lots of different personality traits that falls under. So, y'all know what I'm talking about. John was abused by this woman. And I know that there are men out there that would be able to confirm their experiences with this spiteful, awful, evil. What she has been doing is evil. She is torturing your community. And you're letting her, and you're fucking jumping on that bandwagon for whatever reason. If you need drama in your life, watch some soap operas. This is literally a fucking circus soap opera. Put the victim in your heart. Let go of the idea that Karen Reed is innocent, and Karen Reed, if she gets convicted, justice isn't going to be served. Start over. Walk away, take a few days break from social media, and come back with an open mind and discuss this case coming from a completely different direction with people who have different views than you. If all you watch and all you listen to is one side of the argument, of course you're going to see it that way. That is why defense attorneys make the big money, because they get to fucking be creative. This story is fucking ridiculous. And if y'all are able to step back and look at it from a fucking 300-foot distance, you should be able to start seeing how absolutely fucking ridiculous it is. I'm gonna probably be talking a lot more today, but I'm gonna stop this one here. I am looking for ex-partners of Karen Read. I will, like I said, if you don't want to even tell me, if you don't want me telling anybody that I even spoke to you, then I won't. I mean, I could send you questions like Turtle Boy did, and people will believe it or not, just like some of us don't believe Turtle Boy and some of us do and some of us aren't sure. But that's a way to do it. I don't know. I mean, Karen Read isn't going to come and kill you, because if she does, all of this has been for naught. I mean, she could, because she has, this fucking problem controlling herself. She is one of the most impulsive women I've ever seen. And the fact that people don't see that her behavior in the court of law is ridiculous is scary to me. She's laughing and giggling with her attorney when they are showing John's clothes that are covered in his blood. Those of you that are asking, and Kim and Dave, this is another one for you. I heard you talk about this on your last episode, about where'd all the blood go? All those people want to say that it went into the ground, but then how did he hit his head on the ground? Are you really that not intelligent? Like, ground is porous. So even if the ground is frozen, or maybe not quite totally frozen, it's still porous and things can get down in there. But pretend like that's not even a fact. Here is a fact. His clothes were covered in blood. If you didn't see that, go and watch it again and watch Karen's reaction. Watch what she's doing when this is happening in a court of law, and ask yourself if you think that that is appropriate behavior for somebody that you love, but you don't love, and you made sure to tell Matt Johnson that on national TV that no, I didn't love him. We were just dating, Matt, just dating. And Kim and Dave, you're still fucking pushing out there that the taillight got broken when she backed out of the garage? Are you out of your fucking mind? That was completely debunked. And if you don't remember, go back and watch the ARCA guys that all you love so much. Because the one good thing that they did was they fucking confirmed that that taillight would not break going back into that vehicle, which we also know the bumper would have prevented it, but let's just pretend like the bumper wouldn't and the car would make contact. It would not break at 1 mile an hour. Okay? It wouldn't. So put that to bed. If you don't fucking believe me, go watch the testimony. The ARCA guys, y'all, if you haven't went onto the ARCA website and look at how they operate, then y'all are being deceiving bastards. Again, you're hiding from the truth. The ARCA guys didn't have a lick of fucking information that they needed in order to draw a conclusion. And they didn't ask for it. They weren't presented it by the defense or Josh Levy or the feds. And they wouldn't take it when the Commonwealth reached out and tried to give it to them. You need to be honest with yourself. And if you want a bunch of murderers running around our world, then maybe it's time to get some help, I will help you. I would like to, have a community of people that are seeking truth and justice for victims. And you're right. If Karen Read is innocent, she shouldn't go to prison. But she is very, very guilty. All of the evidence points to Karen. You need to start over and do my suggestions, please. Answer my questions, please. To yourself. If you'd like to let me know, that's great too. But I'm asking all of you, everybody out there, to look inside yourself. Ask yourself the tough questions. Karen Read, you don't think that she's fucking practiced this for hours and hours and hours with her attorneys, her family, her Turtle Boy, her Brian from LTL, her Glairer, her Melanie Little, her Young Jerks, her Mark Betterow. She has practiced all of this shit with people who know how to get her ready for years. And psychopathic, narcissistic, borderline personalities do not have the ability to have empathy for people. Again, I ask you, if you were on trial falsely accused for somebody that you loved, would you be co-signing Turtle Boy, terrorizing the community? Would you be on board with the community booing John's family when they walk into court? Would you co-sign that? Because she didn't just co-sign it. She fucking directed it. But you don't have to believe me. Pretend she didn't. Pretend she didn't start it. Would you be co-signing that? Would that be okay with you? If your husband or wife was murdered, they think it was you, you're on trial for your life. Yes, you're fighting for your life and you want support. But support is not booing your husband or wife's family. It's not terrorizing all of his friends and loved ones. It's not running away from... Would you literally leave and never speak to his family again? I don't give a shit if his mom said, why the fuck did you leave him there? I don't give a shit. If Karen Read can't fucking talk to Peggy O'Keefe after a traumatic situation that they're sharing at some point, that's fucked up. And if you don't fucking think so, again, I think you might need to talk to somebody. More on that later. But again, I beg of people to come forward and please tell the world how Karen was in your relationships. Let Adam Lally know that you will be a witness for past relationships, patterns, a witness for past relationships, and character witness. That's the word I was looking for. You'll be a character witness. I don't know if they can let you, but it's worth a shot if you're brave and if you're courageous and if you're empathetic enough to the plight of this family to let the world know who this woman really is. I beg of you to do so. People need to open their eyes. I love you all. Spread love and light. And I'll be back soon. Mwah.